what's your first name there?
Bole.
Bole. Bole. So this is Bole.
My friends call me Bole.
My friends call. Oh, excellent.
That's my dad.
Okay. So what's your what does the name mean actually?
It means Bole. it's a little round tub.
Well, hello again, guys. This is Christian Bassar speaking to you again with another episode of History Vice video blog. Finally, I'm outdoors right now. A lot of times I feel it's just me speaking into the webcam and talking to you. But here we're outside. It's fairly cold, but it's good. We are at the Deep Freeze Winter Festival in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. Right now, it is January 10th, and again, I will be looking at Odin's Ravens, the local Viking reenactment group, so it'll be lots of fun. You have to remember them from about June last year, so here we are again in the cold. But it's going to be a lot of fun. And this, of course, is ice sculptures depicting the Valkyries, servants of Odin who pick up the dead from the battlefield and take them to Valhalla in preparation for Ragnarok. So what is it you're working on here, Nick?
I'm starting on some hinges.
Oh, some hinges. Okay.
We gotta. They've given us a cold day, so I'm gonna make hinges on a cold day. That means they're gonna last even better when we go Viking all the way to Viking.
The one thing about Odin's Ravens is what they do is create personas, so we can kind of sort of fit it into a historical context. And I'll talk with one member here about his persona. So first off, what's your real first name?
My real name is Paul.
Oh, great. And what's the name of your Viking persona?
My persona is I am Paul Steinfisson.
Okay.
I am the son of Steinfinn, who is the son of I just completely brain.
Njal.
Njal, exactly, Njalsson. So he is Steinfinn Njalsson, who is the son of, Njal Thorsteinsson. So that sort of gives you some of the background. It's my grandfather. My grandfather was he traveled into Russia. I'm originally a Swede, come from the southern part of Sweden called Blekinge. And so then my grandfather made the family fortune by going into Russia and then down to the Byzantine area, and he fought in the Byzantine army, came back with some money, and was able to establish the family homestead.
By fighting in the Byzantine army, Viking fighting there, you mean the Varangian Guard, correct?
Yeah, he's a bit early for the Varangian Guard, but there was a tradition of the Byzantines hiring foreigners, and Varangis being a term for Norse in Russia.
So what's your background of the persona?
I am an Icelander.
Icelander?
That's right.
Oh, excellent, yeah. So now that's a kaftan you're wearing,
Yes.
I understand?
From Novgorod.
Okay, Russia, yeah, or Kievan Rus, rather.
Yep.
Yeah, and what time period?
9th century.
So what got you interested in Odin's Ravens, actually?
I've been doing other reenactments for a long time. I came across Jarl of the Odin's Ravens, and seeing the way that he played the game inspired me to jump ship.
Oh,
get onto his long ship and ride for a while. Yeah, as far as authenticity, I'm a hodgepodge today. I've got a coat from Novgorod, I've got pants from Pskov, I've got a cloak from Iceland, and tunic from Iceland, and cloak from Norway.
Oh yeah, excellent, yeah.
A hat from Kiev.
Hat from Kiev. Very cosmopolitan, yes.
And Anglo-Saxon sax.
Anglo-Saxon sax, yeah, well, wow. Very international.
All the best stuff for the weather.
All the best. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, gotta get with the best.
Gotta dig deep to the bottom of the sea chest.
Oh, okay, yeah. All right. What kind of necklaces and jewelry are you wearing? Actually?
Oh, okay. So I've got this is the symbol of being a freehall in the Odin's Ravens.
Like a freeman.
Yep.
Yep.
And this is my my owl, as you can see, my banner over there.
Yep.
My symbol is the owl. I have a Thor's hammer.
What do you have here for your Viking kits?
Well, the majority is I have wool pants on. Mm-hmm. And these are leg wraps. These are also wool. I have my leather turn shoes. I'm wearing a wool tunic underneath with a linen tunic on top. I have a wool cloak right here. Keep me warm. I got some wool gloves, and then my belts and all my equipment that I have on me, just for defense and for work.
All right. And what type of sword do you have?
This is a standard Viking double-edged swords known as a Type H with a triangular pommel. Hugin and Moonin.
Hugin and Moonin?
Yeah, they are thought and memory. These are the two ravens that sit on Odin's shoulders. They fly around the world. They gather information on what's the goings on in the world. Then they come back and they give him an update on all the happenings. So he's the Allfather, so he knows what's going on. So on our shields we have it. In this case, I have both because I run the shield wall for our Jarl, and so we have both there. And then the pear paw is personal symbol. The colors, we have blue for the sky, white for the snow, and the black is for the raven that flies in between.
And of course here we have the founder of Odin's Ravens. What's the name and background of your persona?
I'm Jarl Kjari Henriksen. I'm the founder and first Jarl of Odin's Ravens. So my wife Sheena Seunar and myself, we founded the group in 2008 with a couple of friends and our family. And basically I represent the group as the first Jarl. Sheena, my wife, is now the current leading Jarl of the group. But our personas basically were Swedish Vikings from around 850. I come from the southern tip of the island of Gotland, which is in southeastern Sweden. She was the daughter of a silver merchant in the town of Birka, which is more inland. And we met through travels, and so, you know, basically people started hearing of our word fame and gathered with the group, and that's how we founded the Odin's Ravens.
Excellent. So what exactly drew you to the Swedish side for your personal persona?
For me, it's very, very rich in actual finds of the Scandinavian age. It's one area that's fairly underrepresented in our general groups. The majority of the people in our society portray Anglo-Saxons from the English Isles, so they're more centric to either the Anglo-Danes, the Anglo-Saxons, or Norwegians. So there was not a whole lot of representation of Swedes. So for me, that was something that I wanted to portray a little bit more.
One of the biggest finds of Arabic coins outside of the Muslim world from that time is in Sweden, correct?
Yeah, that's correct. It's actually on the island of Gotland. It was a huge hoard, and I believe there was somewhere around 5,000 coins, or it could be even more than that. But the greater majority, about 80 or 90% of the coins themselves, were from Arabic origins.
Wow.
Which was an indication either they plundered, they got that as payment, or they traded for it.
Yeah, and also Swedish Vikings were also fairly, may I say, flashy, I guess. So with what they wore and everything, so you could actually.
That's true. We do find a lot more of the jewelry that is originated in Sweden than you might find in England or even Denmark and Norway. They were also the reason being that the greatest majority of the finds come from Birka, which was a huge trading village. So there's more and more of it, but we do find that they had a lot of trade that came in from the east, from modern day Russia. So they've got a lot of influence that came back from there, a lot of influence that came from their trading all the way down to Constantinople, Arabic lands, etc. So yeah, they did tend to be a little bit flashier, wear a little bit more jewelry than their counterparts in Western Scandinavian countries.
And here's another member of the club. What's your first name?
Hi, my name is Dorin. I'm originally from Transylvania, Romania, and I joined this group September 2012, and since then this is my family.
Awesome. And what made you join, Dorin?
I was passionate about my history, my background, which was Dakians, and the similarity between the Dakians and the Vikings. That, you know, closest I can get to my ancestor reenactment, it's joining the Vikings, and it's an amazing culture, and it's such a beautiful experience. I say.
And long history too, because I understand the Romans fought the Dacians in a Dacian war way back, even before the before the Viking Age, so there's a reach.
That's a lot of rich history around the Dacia and all the other territories right there, and it's just amazing. And being here in such a dedicated group and such an amazing people, it's a learning opportunity every single day.
Oh, absolutely. Because Odin's Ravens is all about authenticity, and because if you want to look at a certain sword or something like that, you got to make sure it's correct, and you got to do the research.
And we all try to we all do as best as we can to represent our persona and do our best, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. So what's the name and sort of background of your persona? I assume the persona is also a Dacian character or somehow related?
My Viking persona, it's Torkel Grimson, and it's kind of connected with my ancestor and with Dacia and all stuff. The whole background, it's my mother and my grandfather were travelers, were merchants from Dacias, and they were traveling the territories. And at one point was attacked by the Vikings, which they killed my grandfather, but my mother was taken as a prisoner, and she married a warrior, my father, and this is who I am, Torkel Grimson, son of a warrior, and with background in the Dacia.
Oh, excellent! Yeah. So what do you have for kit? Like, what do you have for weapons there?
Like here, I'm a villager kit, and of course, day by day, the sex, which is a freeman. That represents I'm a freeman. I have the right to carry the sex.
I'm Sky Hoffus, and my Viking name is Skogi Liederson. I don't know. I just kind of joined here. This is my first anniversary of being with the Vikings here.
Oh, excellent! Yeah.
Yeah, I met these guys here this last year today. So I was, I saw the Vikings. I said, well, I'm descended from Vikings. I kind of really want to join. So
excellent.
Joined up, and I love blacksmithing and I love sword fighting. So it's kind of a perfect fit for me. And
kind of why you get to do a bit of both, or at least like make things for yourself. I understand. You made those the shoes and the pants as well?
Last night, yep.
Last night. Wow, that's impressive.
I made all of the sheath, and I made my axe, I made my knife, I made this cloak, I made the gloves, kind of made my hat. So I try to make everything myself.
So if you're interested in historical crafting, this is definitely a good thing.
Yeah, Vikings is a great place to come, and there's lots of people who can teach you how to do whatever you want to know, right? And we always welcome new crafts as long as they're accurate. And
yeah,
it's a great big family here, so I'm glad to be part of it.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, so we're back to the forge here, and we have another member of the club. And what's your name?
My name is Nick.
Yeah.
But with Odin's Ravens and with the Vikings, you can call me Njal Thorsteinsen.
Njal Thorsteinsen. Excellent. So what's your role in the club there, Njal or Nick?
I am the smith. I'm the one that is needed by the Jarl when she is in need of nails for the boat, weapons for when we go a Viking, all the way down to making simple S-hooks for cooking.
Right, cooking like what we have on the fire there right now with the pot.
You betcha.
All right. So with a forge like this, would they actually be bringing that on ships when they're going raiding in Viking?
What we use this one for is just so we can show everybody at our reenactment camps. The real Vikings actually would have had it on the ground. They were actually, Viking style forges were actually ground level.
Ground level.
The bellows itself was actually a part of the ground, and you sit there and pump while you're on the ground. What I have for my anvil here is pretty much identical to what they would have done. You would have a little anvil, because remember, you're on a boat. You can't carry a big anvil, correct?
Yeah, right.
So when you get down and someone says, my sword is in need of repair, or my knife, we have a half tree, I mount my anvil and I start pumping and I get to work.
Excellent. Yeah, well, everything has to be compact because you have to carry a lot of stuff with you.
Exactly. So the purpose of me is to make sure that things are in repair, things that are needed are done. It's not an easy life as a blacksmith. Average age, I think, was about 28 to 32 years old.
Probably all those cancer and
fumes.
It was
basically a Viking age blacksmith never really stopped working. Because if I stopped working, I didn't get paid.
Yeah.
And if you don't get paid, you don't have money for coal. I don't have money for food. you want to know a neat historical thing about Viking age blacksmiths, is their actual smithies were about an 8 foot by 8 foot shop.
Really?
They weren't big.
Yeah, almost a little shelter more than anything.
More or less.
Wow.
But there was never a direct door in.
Yeah.
For direct doors in, you couldn't, because I needed to see the color of the fire. I needed to see what I was doing, and at the same time, being a blacksmith in the Viking age was almost magical, because I put stuff from bog iron. I was taking stuff from the ground and making tools and weapons and everything. So it was kind of nice at the same time to be a blacksmith, because you were guaranteed to know that if you were good enough for your Jarl, you had a pretty safe life, to know that you're going to be working a lot, but you're going to end up having constant work, and you're not going to starve from not having work.
Yeah, high demand.
Yeah.
And is there actually any particular reason for Loki on the stone here? This face of Loki here, was he particularly symbolic for blacksmiths or
the
patrons?
reason why we put Loki on the stone is it shows that his mouth is sewn shut.
Oh, okay.
Because if you see, I have Thor in the front of here, in the front of my forge. Thor has blessed my forge by being here.
Mm-hmm.
Having Loki on my stone with his mouth sewn shut goes to show that he cannot put any enchantments, any charms on us. He cannot do his trickery that he's known for.
Yeah, because he was the trickster of Norse mythology.
Yep. And he is unable to get to our forge.
Very interesting. By putting him on there, he's unable to get to it.
You betcha.
Very good. So here are two more members. What are your guys' first real names and also persona names?
I'm Jamin, and my persona name is Hagen.
I'm Starla Fawn, and my persona is Bertha.
Excellent. So what you guys into the Ravens, and kind of what's the background for personas?
Well, what got me into the Ravens, I actually used to do medieval reenactment with another group, and kind of got bored of it and didn't really like combat style the way they were doing it, so I came and checked out the Ravens and kind of got into it.
Cool. Yeah.
And background on me is I was a trader, came over with Paul, and been on the ship, came over with him, and then just kind of stuck around and started farming for the Jarl.
Uh-huh.
And then he gave me chain and sword, because I've been with the group long enough, and now I'm a Jarl's Guard.
Excellent. Yeah, very, very cool.
Kind of promotion in ranks, it's been great.
Yeah, and you have the standard Saix, short knife.
Short knife on the front, runes on the sheath, and then I'm also carrying my sword right now.
Which type is that?
It's Type M.
Type M?
Double-bladed, same as all the other ones. It's just got a straight pommel, straight crossguard.
Excellent.
Very basic design, very inexpensive to make one of these. A lot cheaper than some of the other different styles, but at the same time very basic, which is good for me being a farmer, because I wouldn't have something too expensive one way or the other. So.
That's right. Yeah. Oh, wow. Excellent. Thank you very much.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay, who do we got? All right. Okay, so we're gonna start out. We'll do a quick sax fight. So Skylar will do one half of the sax fight.
Ravens, shield, wall!
This is a Greenland freezer.
A Greenland freezer, I say.